With another look at our Champions Mindset overview, we've already talked about persistence and fearlessness and thinking before you speak, sincerity, as well as positive attitude. And now we're going to move on to another very important piece of the puzzle. Once again, as I do this, you might want to follow along in your book, the trait of integrity. And let me move this over a little bit more so you can have a look and zoom it in so you can see it even better. Hopefully, while I've done that, you've got your book ready to go. Now, the trait of integrity, definition itself, the quality of being honest and fair, the state of being complete or whole. The idea being with integrity is that you don't try to deceive people. You don't try to mix your words and get people to think one thing when something else is really up. Really, it's the art of being honest. As simple as it sounds, it can be difficult for some people to be honest, or maybe without knowing it, you're kind of stretching the truth and detracting from your true self because you have other interests in mind. This is especially powerful in business. If you're very desperate to get a deal, you're very desperate to make a sale, and you start bending the truth or not being 100% honest with your potential customers, this can come back to bite you. And so if you keep integrity first, you don't ever have to worry about anything kind of falling out from that. Ultimately, integrity is what advances careers. Look, in the corporate world or even in the entrepreneurial world, people who are the most honest, carry themselves and care about their character and being as honest as possible with the people they do business with their partners, with their clients, with their employees. Those people advance the furthest. There's really no way of deceiving or cheating your way to the top. It will ultimately come back to bite you. You know this at a gut level. I don't really have to tell this to you. It's really just more a reminder as well. But it's not just in business. Your personal life will be a lot cleaner. You'll have a clearer head if you are staying within integrity, if you're being honest at all times, because then you don't have to worry about any kind of lies or partial mistruths or even tiny little white lies coming back to bite you in the long run. You're on the up and up, and that will keep you exactly where you need to be. There's a great quote from H. Jackson Brown. He says, "Live so that when your children think of fairness, caring, and integrity, they think of you." How about an example from Socrates? Without a doubt, anyone who is even mildly interested in philosophy will name Socrates as one of the great thinkers of all time. I mean, considering Socrates was born in 470 BC, it is quite impressive that his name is still easily recognized by most people. He was also integrity personified. In 399 BC, Socrates found himself on trial for two serious crimes. Serious at the time, anyways. One, failing to acknowledge the gods the city acknowledged, and two, introducing new deities. Socrates was given the chance to go back on his views, but since he knew in his heart he was right, he refused. He was told by his friends and followers to run away. Once again, he refused. He wasn't scared of conviction or even death because those weren't nearly as horrible as the thought of him abandoning his beliefs. Socrates' end came as he himself drank the hemlock that he was ordered to ingest at the time of the trial. No one suggests you should drink hemlock to prove your integrity, but it is clear that Socrates illustrated integrity as well as anyone in our past has. And we can all use this as we develop a champion's mindset to really make us consider our own level of integrity. And we're not suggesting, again, that you go to the extremes of this Socrates example, but hopefully the picture that that paints gives you the power that integrity can have in your life. And so we're going to give you a couple of exercises here. We talked about why integrity is important. And another way to talk about integrity is to look at the ability to be consistent with your actions, values, and principles. So as the Socrates example goes, he was so consistent that he was willing to die for his beliefs. I don't think you have to worry about dying for your beliefs today, but if consistency to your values and principles is important, then you want to know what they are ahead of time. So before you move on in this program, take time to think of between 3 and 5 values or principles that you feel strongly about. We've given some examples in the guide, but we want you to go over there right now and write up to 5 values in your life that you feel very strongly, that feel a connection of truth to. Then, once you've had the values written down, you're going to take some time to show your integrity by sticking to them in the face of opposition. A person's true integrity shows during even the darkest times. So in order to do this, you will need to complete the exercise on a piece of paper in the guide, maybe even replicate it to a mobile device or somewhere else where you can carry it with you, and have these at the forefront of your mind when you're faced with situations in your life, in your career, in your business, where you need to demonstrate that you are true to these values and beliefs.